Are you feeling overwhelmed by the obstacles in your life? Like no matter how hard you try, you can't seem to get ahead? It's like you're trapped in a cycle, where every attempt at progress is met with resistance, and each challenge feels more difficult than the last. Life can feel incredibly unfair at times, and it can leave you feeling powerless, exhausted, and unsure of what to do next. But I want to ask you this: what if the struggles you're facing right now are not the end of your story? What if you could turn things around, and the very challenges you're dealing with could become the driving force behind your personal growth and success? Today, I'm here to tell you that it's possible. It doesn't matter what you're going through, or how impossible it seems, there is a way out. You don't have to stay in your current predicament. It is possible to alter your course, and we will discuss how to do so today. The adage, life expectancy, is not just about how long you live, but how well you live, may be familiar to you. This script will explore a topic that is frequently overlooked: the direct relationship between our quality of life and our emotional and mental well-being, as well as how we respond to life's obstacles. Many people fail to consider the ways in which certain patterns, such as the outward signs of stress or anxiety, might have an impact on your well-being that you may not even be aware of. You may not give that skin itch much thought, but what if is it an indication of something more serious? We will discuss how these subtle indicators can provide you with additional information about your life expectancy, both physically and figuratively, and how you might increase both. As we progress through today's conversation, I'll guide you through doable tactics that can help you regain control, recover from emotional trauma, and overcome the obstacles that have been preventing you from moving forward. I will show you how to empower yourself, take action, and make decisions that will ultimately improve your health, your mindset, and your life as a whole. You may not realize it, but these seemingly small signs, like that itch you can't seem to shake or that feeling of constant fatigue, are your body's way of saying, "Pay attention to me." What might seem trivial in the moment could actually be a signal that something deeper is going on. So often, we ignore these signs, brushing them off as normal or temporary. But the truth is, these physical symptoms often reflect something more profound, something that could be affecting not just your body but your overall well-being. Think about it. Stress, anxiety, and emotional turmoil often manifest physically. That persistent itch could be a sign of something more than just dry skin. It might be your body reacting to unresolved emotional pain or stress. Stress is something many of us are familiar with, but we don't always acknowledge the true toll it takes. It's easy to think of stress as something that just comes with the territory of modern life. But chronic stress isn't just a nuisance, it's a silent killer. When you're constantly stressed, your immune system becomes weakened, making you more vulnerable to illness. You might notice you're more susceptible to colds, or you may experience heightened anxiety, which in turn creates a vicious cycle. Chronic stress can contribute to heart disease, hypertension, digestive issues, and more. The physical toll it takes on your body is significant. If left unchecked, stress can not only reduce your quality of life but shorten it as well. Then there's emotional suppression. How often do you suppress your emotions because you feel you don't have the time or energy to deal with them? Maybe you hide your feelings of sadness, frustration, or anger behind a smile or a busy schedule. We've all been guilty of this at some point in our lives. But suppressing your emotions doesn't make them go away. In fact, it creates a pressure that builds up over time, and eventually, your body will react. This might show up as unexplained physical symptoms, like that persistent itch, or it could manifest as anxiety, tension, or more severe conditions like digestive problems or muscle pain. When we don't deal with our emotions in healthy ways, they begin to affect our physical well-being, often in ways that are not immediately obvious. Then there is the effect of bad lifestyle choices. It's simple to eat poorly, avoid exercise, or get through a sleepless night. However, as time passes, the impacts of these practices grow more pronounced. Obesity, a known risk factor for diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer, can result from eating poorly. Sedentary lifestyles and sleep deprivation can affect your immune system, emotions, and mental clarity. These behaviors have a direct impact on your longevity and quality of life, making them more than just small annoyances. In addition to enhancing your physical health, you can also improve your mental and emotional well-being by managing stress, attending to your emotional health, and adopting healthier lifestyle choices. This all-encompassing strategy can raise your life expectancy and general standard of living. Little adjustments can have a tremendous impact, and tackling these problems head-on can avoid major long-term repercussions. However, I am aware that change is difficult. Although it can be tempting to disregard these problems and push them away, the truth is that the longer we do so, the more difficult it will be to take charge. The good news is that you can start changing things at any time. Every action you do, no matter how tiny, brings you one step closer to living a longer, happier, and healthier life. It begins with acknowledging that these problems are impacting you and taking the appropriate action to resolve them. Getting healthier doesn't have to be a daunting task. Start small, and remember that every positive change you make is a step forward. It's time to stop ignoring the signs your body is giving you and start listening to them. Your life expectancy, not just in terms of how many years you live, but how well you live those years, depends on the choices you make today. Take control now, and make those changes. Your future self will thank you for it. Now, I know you might think there's nothing you can do. Although you may feel stuck in your circumstances, I'm here to inform you that's not the case. We're going to look at how these issues can be resolved today. I want you to change your perspective first. Your perspective on life's obstacles greatly influences how you handle them. Your barriers will remain insurmountable if you continue to think of them as such. However, you may use them as stepping stones to a better version of yourself if you begin to perceive them as chances for personal development. Recognizing what's happening is the first practical step in conquering these challenges. If you're always stressed out or uncomfortable, don't disregard it. Take it seriously, whether it's a persistent anxiety disorder, an itchy skin condition, or simply a feeling of exhaustion. What is my body trying to tell me? Ask yourself. Next, make sure your goals are attainable. Break it down rather than attempting to alter everything at once. Start small, whether that means addressing the underlying source of your stress or setting aside time each day for self-care. Make it your mission to practice deep breathing techniques or meditation for 15 minutes each day. Every day, do something modest that you can actually do, and acknowledge and appreciate your accomplishments, no matter how minor. Accepting failure as a necessary component of the path of progress is another crucial step. It's common to experience setbacks when you first start. Regardless of whether you're trying to cut, there will be challenges in managing stress or enhancing your physical well-being. However, every setback is merely a teaching moment. Instead of letting it depress you, let it motivate you to keep going. Let's now discuss practical applications. Talking about theoretical solutions is one thing, But how can these ideas translate into real-world situations? For instance, consider the tale of James. James, 45, was a professional who had been dealing with a lot of stress at work. He frequently disregarded his body's warning signals of chronic headaches, exhaustion, and itching. He ignored it, believing it was a necessary part of his work. He eventually broke down. However, he turned that breakdown into the pivotal moment in his novel rather than letting it be the conclusion. He began by managing his stress by unplugging from work and using deep breathing techniques. In addition, he started exercising, eating a different diet, and getting more sleep. He saw a significant improvement in his mental and physical well-being in a matter of weeks. His attitude improved, his energy levels rose, and his skin problems subsided. James is happier, healthier, and more productive than ever right now. You can make this change if James can. Progress, not perfection, is the goal. You may encounter challenges along the way. You may encounter uncertainties, anxieties, or other forces that attempt to prevent you. But keep in mind that everything is a part of the journey. Don't allow your fear stop you. Even if you only take tiny steps today, you're making progress toward a happier, healthier life. It all comes down to keeping up the momentum. Don't let your advancement be lost. Celebrate your victories and keep improving. Every little step you take is moving you closer to a better future. So keep that in mind when you want to give up. Today, I'm challenging you to take just one tiny step. Do something about the stress in your life. Make self-care a priority. Do something. It is within your power to change your life. Go ahead and make it happen.